Hello again, my name is Rodney Reynolds and welcome to another video review. Today I'll be looking at the Imperial case. What is included in this case are a couple of very neat faceplates. These are really good because they preserve the look of the case, and of course these go popped into the bays and the drives go in behind them. I'll show you how that works a little later. Also, we have all the screws and things that are included. Now, there is no speaker inside this case. However, there is one that does come with this system that goes plugged directly into your motherboard, and here is that little device right there. Again, you just plug this into your motherboard, and this is the speaker. Now, in the front of the case here, we have 4 5¼ bays. We have 2 external 3.5s. There's also 3 internal 3.5s. On the front here we have a reset button, a nice large power button, and we have a turbo cooling button right here. That button, when connected to fans inside the case, will increase the speed on the fans. Something else on this case is a readout for temperature inside the case. This case actually has automatic cooling. I'll go through that a little later on in this video review. Now, on the right hand side of the case here in the front, we have 2 USB ports as well as a FireWire connection here. At the back of the case here at the very top, we have where the power supply gets installed. Right here we have a fan. This exhausts air from the case. This is the only fan that's included inside the case. You can add another one to the front of the case if you wish. Now, you will notice here the grill on this is very poorly designed. It will not let a lot of air escape from the case, so you need to really pop this off and replace it with something that's going to allow more air to really escape from the case. Right here is where your LPT ports, your COM ports, your USB ports, mouse, keyboard would protrude through once the motherboard is installed. And down here the same way we have the PCI cards as well as the AGP cards, which would protrude through in this area of the case. Now, something else that I like about this case is that they have included thumb screws. These thumb screws make it very handy and very easy to remove the side panels on the case. Looking inside the case, you'll notice that the motherboard tray on this is not removable, and it does come with edges that are not sharp. However, there are some sharp ones around the power supply area on this case. I don't know if all the cases are like this, but the one on the power supply, the edges there are extremely sharp. As a matter of fact, they're so sharp can easily cut to the bone. So you really want to be careful around that area of the case. But all the rest of the case really has some really refined and nice edges. It's not going to cut you. And now, something else that I mentioned before, at the front of the case, you remember I was talking about turbo cooling and active cooling and sensors and all that. Well, right here is where you would plug the fan. One right here, of course, you could have one in the front if you wanted to. And this goes plugged into the fans, and you could activate the cooling right away if you wanted to in the front. Or there's a sensor inside the case, which I'll show you right here. This sensor, of course, rests underneath your motherboard, and it does give you a temperature readout on the front of the case. And when it does reach a certain temperature, it will kick in the cooling automatically. So really give you an automatic active cooling system inside the case, which is fantastic, quite honestly. Now, right here also we have inside this case the regular cable connections for the USB at the front. We also have the FireWire connection at the front, and the regular LED lights, hard drive lights, power switches, reset switches as well. Also, as I mentioned before, we have the 4 5¼ inches right here at the top, the 2 3.5 inches external, and the 3 internal 3.5s here at the front. Now that the motherboard is installed, it really gives you some idea how much space is left inside of the case, and as you can see there is enough space left here to do what you need to do. As I was mentioning earlier, this readout here in the front does show the temperature, and now that it's rigged up, you can really see how it does work. This system will automatically increase the fan speeds inside of the case to give you better circulation at a certain temperature. If you want to override that system, you can go ahead at any point and increase the speed on the fans by pressing the turbo cooling button right here. This case comes with these handy little slot fillers. The regular ones, of course, are like this. These snap into place, and then you install the drive behind them. You can see how it works right here. And of course, this does preserve the look on the front of the case. This case has pretty much everything you're going to need in a medium-sized tower case, except for the fact this case does not come with a removable motherboard tray. But overall, this is a great case. Again, my name is Rodney Reynolds, and this has been another video review. Be sure to check back very soon. I will have a brand new one for you then. Also pop into my website at www.3dgameman.com, and when you're there, visit the forums. You can register. Registration is free. You can find out all kinds of information about this product and about all the products I video review, and of course, you can leave your very own suggestions and comments. Until the next time, take care.